T-Bird fans, we welcome you to a brand new edition of T-Bird Talk. I'm Clyde County Community College Sports Information Director, Toby Nosker. On this week's edition of T-Bird Talk, we'll have an opportunity to visit with 4 national qualifiers off the Clyde County Community College women's and men's indoor track and field teams, when we sit down with women's team members Natassia Burrell and Whitney Scott, and from the men's indoor track and field team, Bailey Burns and Andy Cooper. The Clyde County Community College women's indoor track and field team captured a third-place finish with 90 points at the 2026 NJCAA Region 6 Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference Track and Field Championships in Pittsburgh, Kansas last weekend. At the meet, Drew Mahan, Clyde County Director of Cross Country and Track and Field, was named the 2026 Region 6 Women's Indoor Coach of the Year. Sophomore Talia Lehnert delivered a championship performance in the women's indoor pentathlon, earning a first-place finish with 3,337 total points. Sophomore Carly Colgren placed 5th individually with 2,939 points. Lehnert also captured a 5th-place finish in the women's 60-meter hurdles with a time of 8.98 and added a 6th-place finish in the women's 600-meter run with a time of 1:40.5. Freshman Scholastica Herman scored a 6th-place finish in the women's 600-meter run with a national qualifying time of 1:37.57. Freshman Addie Geckel was 9th with a time of 1:41.7. Herman secured a runner-up finish in the women's 1,000-meter run with a national qualifying time of 2:58.63. Herman also added a 3rd-place finish in the women's 800-meter run with a national qualifying time of 2:19.6. Freshman Mackenzie Baker placed 7th overall in the 800-meter run with a time of 2:28.12. In the women's shot put, Burrell recorded a runner-up finish with a national qualifying mark of 49 feet 5.5 inches. Freshman Zoe Sudbeck posted a national qualifying mark of 42 feet 11.5 inches, while freshman Eliza Miles finished 10th overall with a throw of 36 feet 7 inches. Burrell picked up a 3rd-place finish in the women's weight throw with a national qualifying mark of 54 feet 2 inches. Sudbeck was 6th individually with a throw of 49 feet 2.25 inches. Scott soared to a 3rd-place finish in the women's pole vault with a national qualifying mark of 10 feet 6 inches. Freshman Maureen Jepchurcher registered top 10 finishes in both the women's 5,000-meter run and the women's 3,000-meter run. Jepchurcher earned a 3rd-place finish in the 5,000 meters with a time of 19:02.73 and added a 9th-place finish in the 3,000 meters with a time of 10:58.57. Jepchurcher also teamed with Herman Baker and freshman Micaiah Hitchman on the women's 4,000-meter distance medley relay that captured a 4th-place finish and a national qualifying time of 12:48.97. Hitchman and Geckel ran with freshman Alexis Smith and Ariana Cohn on the women's 4x400-meter relay team, crossing the finish line in 4:01.42 to finish in 7th place. Smith scored a 6th-place finish in the women's 400-meter dash with a time of 58.82. Hitchman was 9th with a time of 1 minute, 0.02 seconds. And sophomore Neela Guzel landed 3 top 10 placings. Guzel posted a 6th-place finish in the women's triple jump with a leap of 34 feet 11.75 inches. Guzel was 10th in the long jump at a distance of 16 feet 9.75 inches and finished in 10th place in the high jump at a height of 4 feet 7.75 inches. The Clyde County Community College men's indoor track and field team secured a 5th-place finish at the Region 6 Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference Indoor Track and Field Championships. The T-Birds earned 81.5 points with 1 event win, 4 runner-up finishes, a meet record in the 600-meter run, and a new school record set in the 4x400-meter relay. Sophomore Aziz Ben Brahim earned a 1st-place finish in the men's 600-meter run with a national qualifying Region 6 record time of 1:17.99. Sophomore Barafa Abdulaziz claimed a 5th-place finish with a national qualifying time of 1:19.89. Ben Brahim secured a runner-up finish in the men's 800-meter run with a national qualifying time of 1:52.92. Freshman Nick Johnson finished in 8th place with a national qualifying time of 1:55.49. Ben Brahim also added a 5th-place finish in the men's 1,000-meter run with a national qualifying time of 2:27.85. The Clyde Kenny men's 4x400 meter relay team of Abdulaziz, sophomore Alpha Mpufu, and freshman Keon Williams and Nico Alette clocked a new school record time of 3:10.93 to earn a second place finish. Their time surpassed the previous school record time of 3:11.64 set in 2022. Mpufu also secured a runner-up finish in the men's 400-meter dash with a national qualifying time of 46.7. Williams finished in 10th place with a time of 48.42. Freshman Connor Matthews soared to a second-place finish in the men's triple jump with a national qualifying mark of 48 feet, 4 3/4 inches. Freshman Daquan Monteith was 6th overall at a distance of 46 feet, 3.5 inches. Burns posted a third-place finish in the men's long jump with a national qualifying leap of 24 feet, 3.5 inches. Matthews placed 10th individually with a mark of 22 feet, 4 1/4 inches. In the men's heptathlon, freshman Andy Cooper captured a third-place finish with 4,348 total points. Sophomore Cody Sharp was 7th overall with 3,851 points. The Clyde Kenny men's 4x800 meter relay team of Johnson and freshman Gage Taylor, Zeb Schultz, and Timmy Oladimeji crossed the finish line in 7:55.09 to place 3rd overall. Sophomore Maury Joe cleared a national qualifying height of 6 feet, 6 1/4 inches in the men's high jump to place 5th individually. Sophomore Braylon Biddle notched a 7th place finish in the men's shot put with a toss of 48 feet, 4.5 inches. Sophomore Asa Berry collected an 8th place finish in the men's weight throw with a throw of 50 feet, 4 3/4 inches. Freshman J.J. Riley was 10th individually with a toss of 45 feet, 10 inches. The Clyde Kenny men's 4,000-meter distance medley relay team of Johnson, Taylor, Schultz, and freshman Davis Milner recorded an 8th place finish with a time of 10:37.18. Sophomore Galasa Abdiza scored a 9th place finish in the men's 1-mile run with a time of 4:33.42. Now the T-Birds will get some time off this week, but they return to action Friday, March 6th and Saturday, March 7th for the 2026 NJCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships at the Snead Indoor Athletic Facility in Topeka, Kansas, hosted by Washburn University. Coming up, we'll talk to national qualifiers on the Clyde County men's and women's track and field teams, beginning first with Natassia Burrell and Whitney Scott. This is T-Bird Talk.
Are you a Kansas or Nebraska high school senior who's thinking about your next step after high school? If so, you qualify for Cloud County Community College's $500 Early Bird Scholarship. All you have to do is visit campus before December 19th and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you get a $500 scholarship guaranteed. So come visit Cloud and see why our students are Cloud proud. On your visit, you'll see our campus, meet with an academic advisor, and get a chance to have all your questions answered. Set up your campus visit today by giving us a call at 785-243-1435 extension 212 or visiting us online at cloud.edu/admissions.
This week on T-Bird Talk, an opportunity to talk Cloud County Community College track and field. The T-Bird track and field athletes have this week off, but are preparing for the upcoming 2026 NJCAA Indoor National Championships, which will take place at Washburn University at the Snead Indoor Athletic Facility in Topeka, Kansas. And today, an opportunity to visit with two national qualifiers from the Clyde County Community College women's track and field team. We have freshman Natassia Burrell from Jamiaca, and also with us is freshman Whitney Scott. She is from Bucklin, Kansas, and I appreciate the two of you taking time to join us. And Whitney, let me begin with you. You're a national qualifier in pole vault. Tell me a little bit about how you were introduced to pole vault and to track and field. When did this start for you?
Okay, so pretty much I am a 5th generation pole vaulter. So my great-grandpa has done it, my great-great-grandpa has done it, my grandpa, my dad. My brother and sister always did it, and I remember getting dragged to their track meets, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, whatever. And then my 6th grade year, I think that was the first event I wanted to try, and ever since, it's just been the only event I even wanted to. So it's been great, and yeah, I mean. Did
you ever attempt or want to try other things?
Yeah, I threw jav, and then I did run as well, so it was just not as fun as pole vault ever was for me. So,
and why do you find pole vault so fun? You have that attachment, as you said, with the family background to it. But for you personally, what is it that you love about it itself?
I feel like it just like gives me a purpose. Like it not necessarily a purpose, but like it gives me something to look forward to, and it's something that does like make my life better. I don't know where I would be without it. So
as you were having success in high school, at what point did you start thinking, hey, maybe this is something that I can actually do at the next level, and this can help get me into a college?
Well, I actually never thought I'd come, if I'm being honest. My junior year, I got a couple of looks from different schools, and they were crazy far away, so I was like, no, like, I don't want to do that. And then the beginning of my senior year, I decided that I wasn't going to go anywhere for pole vault or sports or anything, and I turned down all my offers. And then actually Andrew Bowman on the team, his mom texted me and was like, the coach at Cloud wants to talk to you. And I was like, okay. Like I turned everyone else down, but I mean, yeah, I guess I'll talk to him. And then he ended up convincing me to come on a visit, and as soon as I left here, it just felt like home. I just felt like this was the next place that God needed me to be.
Why were you kind of apprehensive about wanting to continue on, though, and compete? Why do you feel like you were turning down offers and weren't seriously looking at doing it?
Because I went to college for cosmetology while I was in high school, so I already have what I want to do with my life, so I didn't see the point to continue going on when it was just for a sport. But when I realized that pole vault's it's never just been a sport to me. It's been so much more. So I thought I should take the opportunity for the next 2 years and maybe go on even after this if I get offers.
And as you said, you had a former classmate that was competing here at Cloud already in track and field. But why? What was it about Cloud maybe that separated itself from others? Why did you feel more comfortable about making a commitment to come here?
Because, I mean, Coach Drew really just helped out so much with that, because he like brought you in and you feel welcomed as soon as you get here. He makes sure you know where you need to go. I mean, he's like, one of the biggest things was like, he told me, he was like, even if you hate it here, I'm never going to put that against you. He's like, we're going to help you in every single way. You need to give us problems to be able to help you. It's always been about more than just track to him. And that's really important for me, because from coming from a small town that I know everyone and everyone knows me, I mean, this school wasn't a big jump, because I mean, I still only have 10 to 20 kids in each class. So it wasn't a crazy jump from my high school, but at the same time, it's just like, I don't know, it just kind of felt like home. I was really nervous about college. And then I came on a visit here, and my whole attitude about college changed. And
I want to ask about the experience at Cloud, but you feel like you made the right decision coming here?
Yeah, 100%. I would choose it again if I could.
Natassia, let me bring you into the conversation. First, tell me a little bit about growing up where you did, and what point did you start competing in events in track and field? How were you introduced to the sport?
So my family base is like off a track base, so I like grew up seeing people running, but I started off running, and then when I'm in high school, I continued running. I did high jump, I did long jump, I did triple jump, javelin, shot put. I did all the field events in track and field, except I didn't do hurdles. I didn't like hurdles much, so I didn't do that one. But and then like this day at training, I took up the javelin and I threw it for fun. And they were like, wow, you can throw. And I was like, okay. And from that day, they put me to throw, and I continued doing good, continued getting better and better at it. But my first throwing event is javelin, to be honest. I don't think I have like much experience growing up as like an athlete. I was just like doing it for fun until I was like realizing that I can take this serious and like get something great out of it. So yeah.
What was the recruiting process like? Making the move that you did from Jamaica to the United States and coming here, kind of take me through the process, and ultimately, how did Cloud County Community College enter the picture?
To be honest, it was like a lot of college reaching out to me, and Cloud texted me, and the process was just so quick. It was so quick, and I think they start reaching out to me like 2 weeks, and then I reach up here in like 2 weeks time, and like that was so quick. The rest of college weren't moving that fast, so Claude was the one that get the pick, and I came up here. It wasn't bad at first, but I'm like, I'm coming from a small island. I gotta get used to this. There's a lot of people that I don't know, people that don't speak my language, that don't understand how I'm talking. I'm like, I gotta change it up a little bit. And then sometimes I'll be like, I don't think I have to change myself to let people understand what I'm saying. I still gotta be me. Let they try to understand what I'm saying. But it wasn't bad. It was great, actually. My transition into the week here, I get to know people and stuff like that. And like Coach Drew, he was super nice to me. He gave me a tour of the campus. He introduced me to my professors, and like things was just going fluently from there. Yeah.
What was it about Cloud though when you were visiting with, Cloud and other schools? What made you feel the most comfortable about saying yes to Cloud County?
I mean, it's a small school, and I like being like in a small space. I get to know more people, like get to engage with them and like know them better. So I think that is it, and they come together as a family. It's like the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. So if you're not together, if you're together, no one can break you. But if you're not, everyone can come between you.
Concordia, Kansas, though, I have to imagine it doesn't resemble the island in which you're from.
Yeah.
What was the culture shock like for you when you first stepped foot in Concordia and Cloud County and you see this new place that you were going to call home?
I'm like, whoa. Because when I was driving from the airport, I keep seeing cows. I'm like, whoa. Because back in Jamaica, I have a lot of cows. I used to work on a farm, so I know a lot more cows. And this kind of feels like home. Because I see the cows, and I don't see much big building. So I don't see much big building in Jamaica. So I was like, this is going to feel like home as well.
And do you feel like people here at Cloud have been pretty welcoming? Have you found that people are, they're nice, they're excited to have you here and are pretty supportive of you overall?
Yeah, they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice, to be honest. Like, my teammates, like, they're pretty nice and they're pretty supportive. And, like, a lot of teams don't have that in common, and Cloud definitely have that in common.
Whitney, what's this like for you, coming from a small town in Bucklin, now having to join a new team with all these new teammates that you're not familiar with, that you don't know, and then there is a lot of diversity on the team, people from so many different backgrounds in various countries, and in a world that, you probably haven't come into contact with much. Tell me a little bit about what that experience has been like for you, getting to know and be around so many different people and the people that make up this team.
It's honestly been very good. I mean, like how you said culture shock earlier, I don't even think it's been a culture shock. It's just like, I'm a very outgoing person, so meeting new people isn't really hard, but it is scary at first. But initially, after you talk to them the first time, it's really easy to try to talk to them again. And I feel like Natassia said, Cloud is like a family. Like, we see other teams that get into fights and all of that, and they have disagreements, but we don't. We really do support each other, and we really do want every single one of us to succeed. And it's just been so nice to have that. We've all became like a family, and that's all I can ask for, honestly.
Separate from the track side of things, just, enjoying adult life now for the first time on your own here at Cloud County. What's the overall experience been like for you? How do you feel like you've handled that transition? And kind of like I was asking Natassia, as you've gotten to know the people here on campus, do you feel like there is a support system here, that people do have your back and they want to see you succeed in what you're doing here at Cloud?
Oh, 100%. I feel like all the teachers really want you to succeed. If you're having a problem, they'll pull you aside and they'll help you. They're not just going to be like, oh, well, like, figure it out yourself. They've truly helped out. And even with like just adult life, it's been great. Like, I feel like it was a super easy transition from home to here, but I also have been doing adult things for a while. So it wasn't that big of a transition. So it was pretty easy.
Natassia, for you, being so far away from home, has that been challenging?
Yeah, because I do miss my family, but then I have a new family on the campus, it's the track team and the community, so it's like pretty easy. And like my friends, they're like my family like right now. So yeah.
You told me javelin's your sport.
Yeah, that was my first throwing event. I mean, I didn't expect that to be like the main one of my choice. But I'm actually doing great in all of them, so I have to give God thanks for that.
Well, and you're a national qualifier in the shot put and in the weight throw during the indoor season. Had you done weight throw before?
No, I never done it.
So tell me about picking that up.
At first, I was like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I feel like the ball was going to throw me, but instead I did throw it. So it wasn't bad. And my coach, she was like, it's just one time. You got to try it again. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I keep working with that one until, yeah.
What is the relationship like with you working with Coach Erica Brand and the rest of the throwers? Unfortunately, kind of the way everything kind of gets designated, and pole vault's a little bit like this too, but you kind of get, there's separation between the on-track events themselves, the throws, the field events, those sorts of things. But you get an opportunity to work very closely with Coach Brand. What's that relationship like?
It's like, I would say like a sibling. You know, she look out for me. She be like, you got to do this right. Don't worry. It's just one throw. You got to go out there and do it again. No need to be nervous. She's like the sister that I never need. And like my teammates, they're like always supportive. They be like, she can throw, and they keep motivating me and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that.
I'm sure maybe you've done some indoor training, maybe not, but have you ever been a part of an indoor event before coming to Cloud?
No, I haven't.
So what has that been like, being in kind of a different environment where you're not necessarily dealing with the weather conditions themselves? Mm-hmm. What has that been like for you to adjust to?
I mean, it's been easy because I open myself to like anything that come, and I try my best to get used to it so that I can be better at what I'm doing. So yeah.
Would you prefer outdoors to indoors though?
To be honest, I'm used to outdoor, but anything that I get, I'll do it.
Whatever presents itself.
Yeah, whatever.
Whitney, what about you? I mean, would you have a preference? I'm assuming kind of like Natassia, you probably did indoor training, but is this actually the first time you've competed during an indoor season?
Yes, this is the first time I've ever competed indoor, but I would much rather indoor than outdoor because, I mean, you don't have the weather conditions like counteracting against pole vault because, I mean, you have like the crosswind and you have tailwind and you like wind does really come into a factor when you are pole vaulting. And then also indoors a controlled environment. So like the flex of your pole isn't getting messed up. So like it's just easier to pole vault indoor and know what's going to work every single track meet than outdoor where you have to guess pretty much because I mean, it could be 80 degrees or it could be 50. And I mean, one pole is going to work in 80 degrees, but it's not going to work in 50 degrees weather. So
you qualify for nationals in the indoor season here.
Yes.
What was your feelings knowing that, hey, I've made it. I hit that qualifying mark. I'm going to get an opportunity to now represent Cloud County at that national meet?
It was honestly very, it was probably one of the best feelings that I've had in a while because the last 2 years of track, I've not done well. I kind of hit a plateau. I mean, I was up there enough. I would clear 10 feet, but it wasn't like I was getting any better. I mean, I didn't even PR my senior year at all. So knowing that I got here with that was real big of a motivation to just continue to get better. So finally, when I did PR and I did make it to nationals, it was like, I do deserve to be here.
Do you feel like you've seen a jump or an improvement in your skills since coming here to Cloud?
Oh, 100%. I am so much better off here than I was back at home just because we do have the training facility for it here.
Natassia, for you, qualifying for nationals in 2 events, the shot put and the weight throw. How excited are you about the opportunity to compete at the national meet?
I mean, I'm super excited. It's just that when I'm out there, let's see what God have in plan, and let's see what I can do out there.
Well, let's talk about that. So the national meet coming up next week at a place that you guys are going to be very familiar with as you head to Washburn University in Topeka. I think there's been, 3 different regular season indoor meets that have been held there that you've had an opportunity to compete in. So you know the facility, you're comfortable there, you've been around it. Natassia, for you first, what's kind of your goals heading into it?
I mean, I don't like to say my goals, you know. Once I achieve them, then you guys will know the goals.
We can do an interview afterwards, and you'll tell me if you hit it.
Yeah, I will.
What about for you, Whitney? I mean, what are you hoping to achieve, or what do you want to do at nationals?
I really would love to clear 11 feet. That's honestly, I mean, it's going to be a big opportunity just to be in that top 16 at nationals. But I mean, if you're just there to be there, then there's no point to just be there. You got to actually achieve a goal and try to, place. I mean, you want to be All-American. You want to be in that top 8. So, I mean, the goal is to clear 11 feet and be in that top 8.
Well, I want to wish you both the best as you compete at the upcoming national meets, and I appreciate the 2 of you taking time to sit down with me today and talk about your freshman seasons here at Cloud, and best of luck with the rest of it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Are you a Kansas or Nebraska high school senior who's thinking about your next step after high school? If so, you qualify for Cloud County Community College's $500 early bird scholarship. All you have to do is visit campus before December 19th and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you get a $500 scholarship guaranteed. So come visit Cloud and see why our students are Cloud proud. On your visit, you'll see our campus, meet with an academic advisor, and get a chance to have all your questions answered. Set up your campus visit today by giving us a call at 785-243-1435 extension 212 or visiting us online at cloud.edu/admissions.
And now an opportunity to talk with 2 national qualifiers on the men's track and field team. Joining us today, we have Bailey Burns. He's from Australia. And also with us is Andy Cooper. He is from Scandia, Kansas. And I appreciate the 2 of you taking time to join us. I guess, Andy, let me start with you. And first, just when it comes to track and field, when were you kind of introduced to the sport? At what age did you start competing in track events, and what kind of activities did you do growing up?
Younger. I kind of remember coming to the youth night that they have here at Cloud that the kids actually help with at the track here in Concordia. And I think that was probably, I want to say 3rd grade that I came in, ran the 100 meter, 200 meter, or whatever they did. So probably 3rd grade starting out with track and field. And then kind of just all throughout high school, just been a competitor in track and field and just trying to grow and compete.
What were your events in high school?
I did the 200, 400, 4x4. Coach Cox made me run the 4x8. But we're not going to talk about that one. Did long jump. Tried triple jump one time. Long jump didn't go so well. Broke my ankle there. So, yeah.
Had you ever given thought to actually doing this post-high school, to having an opportunity to compete collegiately somewhere? Was that something that had entered your mind at any point?
It really has, or it did. I don't know, just having the thought of going and competing at a collegiate level is just kind of a dream come true. So having Coach Drew give me the opportunity to come here and show my ability to participate in this amazing sport, so it's got me this far.
You grew up not too far from Cloud County Community College, as you said, even as a youth, participating in the youth track nights that the college would host. How did Cloud County enter the picture, though? And why did you ultimately decide to come compete here for the T-Birds?
I've had a lot of friends come here. Even last year, Jaron Arn, just kind of introducing me to track and field and giving me the rundown on teams and stuff like that. So I would definitely say friends competing here in the past has definitely been a big help, as well as Drew being from my school. So just kind of knowing his family and where he's from is kind of cool.
Do you feel like you made the best decision for yourself, staying somewhat close to home and coming here to Cloud?
100%. I definitely think this was the best choice for me. I've heard from other schools that it's not really a family there at like other schools, but Cloud has definitely been all well for me. So, yeah.
Andy stays close to home. Bailey comes from the other side of the world in Australia.
Yep.
So tell me about growing up in Australia, track and field. How did you get started in the sport?
Well, to be honest with you, I've been running since I was very young. I would even say since primary school. Really, my big turning point was probably around when I got to high school, year 5, year 6. Took it in, did track and field, loved it. Coaches had a look at me at the time. School coaches were looking at me. They were always, getting me ready to run, hyping me up, ready to go. So just really, since I was young, started track and field.
What events were you doing? Was it just sprints, hurdles? What all
I did
were
a
you
bit of
doing?
everything, honestly. It kind of varied throughout the years. Some days I would do maybe 4 competitions, but the last year of school I did about 8. So 100, 200, long jump, triple jump, high jump, did a little bit of hurdles, and even ran the 4x1 for my high school at the time. We set a few school records. Did pretty all right. Our team, we pretty solid high school. So yeah, it was good. We did a lot.
Was there a particular event that you most favor or one you like the most?
To be honest with you, yes. Before I came into long jump, my main focus was just primarily sprints. I didn't really do anything else than sprints. Long jump was something I only started maybe 4 years ago, and I really took it seriously after that. The 100, 200 was one of the main ones, but when it was to school, it was whatever they can put me in, really. And there's usually 8 events, so...
National qualifier this year in the long jump. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's talk about the journey, though, from Australia to Concordia, Kansas.
Yeah, that was a long journey. I think...
Well, first, how did you even hear about Cloud County and this opportunity? How did it present itself?
So, for me, after finishing high school, we had an agency come to our school, and they spoke to us about opportunities after high school. And so I took the opportunity to go introduce myself, get to understand how everything goes, and speaking with my parents, we decided, what's best for me is after school, maybe, gain a bit of experience, travel around the world, see how things go, and compete at a collegiate level. And I was fortunate enough to get in contact with Coach Drew after joining the agency, and Coach Drew was more than happy to, set up a meeting, get a talking with, and yeah, it was all great. So, yeah, straight out of high school.
What made you feel the most comfortable about Coach Drew Mahan in Cloud County? Why did you ultimately make your commitment to come here?
Honest truth, Coach Drew was one of the fastest coaches to reach out. One of the first, reached out, offered first time around. I had a few offers before coming to Cloud. It was just quite difficult. It was a bit different. We don't really have college coaches in Australia, so just for Coach Drew to reach out first time around, offer, just kind of put a bit more trust into somebody that didn't really want to take their time, waste. I finished high school and 3 months later I'm here. So Coach Drew was very quick and on board with everything. So, yeah.
And you were still fairly young, right? Just 17 when you were coming over, right?
17, yeah.
Had you ever been to the United States?
No, this is my first time.
So you were getting ready to talk about that long journey then from Australia to America. What was kind of the reaction when you got here for the first time?
Well, I went from Brisbane to San Francisco. I love San Francisco. San Francisco was lovely. Bit different to how life is in Australia. But when I got to Concordia, Kansas, it was a completely new scene, I'm not used to a small town or, small groups of people. So coming here, I was a bit shocked, to be honest with you. But I'm enjoying my time here, loving every second of it.
You feel like people here have been pretty supportive overall, that, they have the best in mind for you and they want to see you succeed?
Yeah, I do believe so. I got a lot of people back at home in Australia that support me. My family's a really big factor when it comes to support. I've got my teammates here always supporting me, got my coaches here. So yeah, I'm supported heaps by all these people.
How tough has it been for you, though, to be separated from your family like you have been?
Honest truth, actually not too bad. I'm actually enjoying my time here. I still keep in contact with my family every so often, so I don't feel like I'm losing any sort of connection or missing anything in Australia. Parents are always keeping me updated with how things are going, so yeah, I'm enjoying it here.
You're enjoying some freedom, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Andy, for you, again, not too far from home, but how has kind of the transition to adulthood, separate from even just track and field, but, college life compared to high school life's different. You've got a little more freedom, maybe you have to accept a little more responsibility than you have in the past too, but what's that transition and just in life for you been like?
You say responsibility, and they're not joking, your parents, when they say you got a lot more than you do in high school. So just coming here and just managing your own grades, you don't have mom and dad to be there behind you and be like, hey, you got your grades all right? Or are your grades fine? Or just you don't have them back there for that extra backbone. But yeah, transferring from high school to college life it's not as hard as people think. I think teachers kind of pound it into your head to be like, hey, if you don't do this right in high school, you're not going to succeed in college. And that's really not true. It helps in high school if you try hard, but in college you kind of learn from your mistakes. And yeah.
Similar to what I asked Bailey, do you feel like there's a support system that's here that, again, coming into a place that, again, you're familiar with the area, but new set of teachers, new classmates, all of that's new. Do you feel like there's a support system here and people want you to succeed?
Most definitely. I haven't had anyone come up to me with negative energy at Cloud. So just having people behind you that are supporting you and teachers that you can talk to and have one-on-one time with. If you have a question, just go into their office, and it's more of a relationship between your teachers that you might not have in a bigger school. At Pike Valley, you only had 8 in my class, so I had the one-on-one time with the teacher, but coming to Cloud, it's kind of nice to have that connection with the teachers.
Earlier in the podcast, talking to Whitney and Natassia, I asked Whitney about, coming from Bucklin to Concordia, obviously still staying in the same state, similar rural roots, all of those sorts of things here. But now coming on to a track team where there's a lot of diversity and people from all over the world, Bailey being an example of that. What has that been like for you to get to know, a whole new group of teammates, but people that come from such diverse backgrounds and experiences?
Right. Those Australians, the accents there, I've always loved an Australian accent. But just meeting new people is always fun. I'm a pretty social person. So just talking to them every single day and just getting to know where they're from and how life was where they're from. It's always kind of cool and neat to try and figure out what it's like in their shoes to come to America. But yeah.
Bailey, Cloud as a whole, has a pretty diverse student population within the track and field team, certainly, but, other sports and programs as well. A lot of, international kids that come and attend school here. Has that been nice for you to be able to reach out to get to know some of those folks and talk to people from different backgrounds, but also know that, hey, there's other kids that are dealing with the same things like me, being separated from home and, having to experience a new place for the first time?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. For me, honestly, coming to Cloud County has probably been one of the best things. Got to meet a lot of great people, connect with a few people. Really taught me a lot. I believe I've matured quite a bit from what it was like in Australia to here. So, yeah, I agree.
We talked about Bailey qualifying for nationals in the long jump, and I'll ask you about some of your thoughts heading into the national meet here in just a second. Andy, for you, you've become a multi, meaning you get to compete in a number of events during your track and field time here at Cloud. You mentioned growing up you did a lot of events. But how was the opportunity to compete in, say, the heptathlon during the indoor season that Cloud presented to you? Was that something you were eager to do? Did the coaches kind of have to convince you? How did that come to be?
Well, I came here, I walked on and coach was like, you got to kind of get you into that 400-meter group. I think you could be a good 400-meter runner. Second week of practice comes around and he's like, you know what, let's go pole vault today. And so me and Cody go over and we're pole vaulting and I do well. And he's like, have you ever thought about being a multi? And I was like, I don't even know what multi is. So, just kind of that turning point where he's just kind of letting me explore those different events that I've never done before. It's kind of neat that he trusts me enough to kind of pursue that. So as well as the multi, it's great. I like doing different things. That way I don't get bored. I get bored kind of if I do just one. I've always kind of been like that. So just doing all those events in a span of 2 days is a little stressful and it's hard on your body, but I think that's the fun in it. So,
is there certain events within the heptathlon that you like more than others?
I would honestly say pole vault. I wish I had done it in high school. We had a pretty good coach, Mike Bauman, and he told me that I could come over and pole vault with him or practice anytime, and I just never have. I was kind of a little scaredy cat, but now that I'm up there now, pole vaulting, I wish I had done it in high school. So.
And do you feel like you've seen some good progression since starting here at Cloud to where you are now as we approach the end of the indoor season?
Yes. Pole vault in general, starting out at 0 and going 11.9 feet up in the air. So, shot put, just getting stronger, getting my marks further, hurdles, perfecting form and stuff like that is a little difficult. But when you have good coaches like Coach Mahan, it comes a little faster. So
good enough to qualify within the top 16 and reach the upcoming national meets. How excited are you to be able to compete and represent Cloud at nationals?
I'm actually super, super hyped up. Obviously, never going to nationals, I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel like that it's preparing me to do my best. I think that going to nationals is a huge accomplishment, and I'm proud of our whole team and the people that have made it. I'm just excited to be there and support them as well.
Bailey, how excited are you to be able to return to the national meet and be able to compete here for Cloud?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My mindset when I go into any competition is treating it like as if it was just another meet. I don't take it awfully too seriously. I don't, think about it too hard. I just go in there and I do what I need to do. It's like practicing. Just go and do what you do in practice on the day. And for me, that's how I operate.
This year's national meet's going to be March 6th and 7th. That's when the NJCAA Indoor Track and Field National Championships will take place. It'll be in Topeka, Kansas, so not too far from Concordia, and a facility you all are quite familiar with at this point in the season. Mm-hmm. 3 regular season meets have been hosted there by Washburn University that Cloud's had an opportunity to take part in. So, certainly you're going to be familiar with the environment. Bailey, for you going into nationals, what's kind of your mindset and your goals, and what are you hoping to achieve?
Honest truth, I've got a lot set for myself for the next 5 months. Really, what I'm going to try and do when I go out there and compete, as I said before, treat like any other meet. I don't make it, do or die moment. It's just whatever happens on the day, happens on the day. I guess for the next 5 to 6 months, I'm hoping to jump well enough. Of course, my focus is on Cloud Track and Field, but I do have goals after the outdoor season to go and compete for Australia for World Under-20s. That's a big one. I'm still eligible, and I'm only 15 centimeters shy of qualifying. So that's really my goal. But of course, as before, track and field, Cloud is my main focus. Do as best as I can, indoor, outdoor season, jump and run as far and hard as I can.
Had you ever competed indoors prior to coming to Cloud?
No, this is the first time.
Which do you prefer, indoor or outdoor?
Outdoor all the time.
Why?
I'm just so used to outdoor. Australia's weather is lovely, so I'm just used to the outdoor. Kansas weather is a bit different, I'll tell you that, but I still prefer outdoor. I did all my best jumps and runs outdoor season, so out here in Kansas. So I'm hoping to go out there and replicate that and keep improving, keep doing my best, and that's all I can really hope for.
Andy, for you, competing first time indoors, what's that been like overall?
Let me just tell you, those curves are a little steep. Running around them for the first time it's very difficult. But yeah, just indoor, getting the feel for it. It's different, but I think different's good. So,
do you think you'd prefer outdoor to indoor though?
100%. Yeah, outdoor is way better.
What's your goals heading to nationals?
PRs, obviously in all the events. Just doing better than I did last time, I guess.
The NJCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships happening March 6th and 7th at the Snead Indoor Athletic Facility on the campus of Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas. And then you'll get a couple of weeks off before the outdoor season finally gets going, coming up on March 21st. But Andy, Bailey, I appreciate the two of you taking time to sit down with me today, and I want to wish you all the best as you head into the indoor meet next week. Thank you so much for your time.
Cheers, Toby.
Thank you.
My thanks to Bailey Burns and Andy Cooper for sitting down with me this week, as well as Natassia Burrell and Whitney Scott from the Cloud County Community College Women's Indoor Track and Field Team, as the T-Birds are looking ahead to the 2026 NJCAA Indoor Track and Field Championships, March 6th through the 7th, hosted by Washburn University at the Snead Indoor Athletic Facility in Topeka, Kansas. This week, the Cloud County Community College wrestling team had 4 wrestlers named to the 2025-2026 Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference Wrestling All-Conference teams. Wrestlers who represented their respective institution at the 2026 NJCAA South Central District Wrestling Tournament back on February 14th in Pratt were nominated for the all-conference teams, with all head coaches in the league submitting their ballots at each of the 10 weight classes to make up the all-conference teams. Now, freshman Tyler Pankey at 197 pounds and Braden Hill at 285 pounds were selected as second-team All-Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference selections. Freshman Luke Potter at 133 pounds and freshman Dakota Gibson at 141 pounds both earned third-team All-Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference honors. The T-Bird Wrestlers will be back in action Friday, March 6th and Saturday, March 7th when they travel to Council Bluffs, Iowa for the 2026 NJCAA National Championships. Joining Pankey, Hill, Potter, and Gibson in qualifying for the National Championships are sophomores Noah Bailey at 149 pounds, Jacob Vasquez at 165 pounds, and Micah Cothers at 174 pounds. Last night, 4 players scored in double figures as the Cloud County Community College men's basketball team withstood a physical, high-pressure battle to earn a 91-85 home win over Garden City Community College. The win marked the final home game of the regular season for the T-Birds and the team's 4th win in a row. Cloud County has improved to 17-11 on the year and 12-10 in Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference play, sweeping the regular season series against the Broncbusters. Cloud County jumped out to a 26-11 advantage midway through the first half. The T-Birds extended their lead out to as many as 23 points before Garden City answered back with a 14-4 spurt to end the half. Cloud County held a 42-29 advantage entering the break. The T-Birds maintained a double-digit lead for most of the second half. A tip-in by Garden City freshman forward Manak Gotch narrowed the lead to single digits with 1:32 remaining, but Cloud County knocked down 8 free throws in the final 2 minutes to seal the win. The T-Birds were led by freshman forward Deontez Walker, who had a game-high 21 points on 9 of 16 shooting from the field and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Walker added 8 rebounds and 2 block shots in 22 minutes. Sophomore forward Elijah Savant scored 16 points and led the team with 10 rebounds while adding 4 assists off the bench. Redshirt freshman forward MJ Stackhouse had 12 points while pulling down 7 rebounds and dishing out 3 assists. Sophomore guard Quill Acott had 11 points. Sophomore guard Sincere Burnett and freshman guard Caden Chatham narrowly missed reaching double figures. Burnett finished with 9 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals, while Chatham added 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. Cloud County shot 54% from the field and held Garden City to 47.1% shooting, while winning the rebounding battle 43-27 and outscoring the Broncbusters 60-40 in points in the paint. The T-Birds will close out the regular season with a 2-game road swing, beginning with a game against number 17 Butler Community College this Saturday at 4 p.m., followed by a matchup with Independence Community College next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. The Cloud County Community College women's basketball team posted a 65-55 win over Garden City Community College in the regular season home finale Wednesday night. The T-Birds took control early behind balanced first-quarter scoring, with all 5 starters scoring in the opening period. Sophomore Layla Washington and freshman Amanda Makala and Kamaya Muldrow each connected on a 3-pointer as the T-Birds led 20-14 at the end of the first stanza. Makala added another 3-pointer in the second quarter to give Cloud County a double-digit advantage at 32-21 with 2:56 remaining in the first half. Garden City finished just 1 of 4 from behind the arc in the opening half while turning the ball over 9 times. Cloud County carried a 9-point lead into halftime. A Muldrow 3-pointer, followed by a Washington basket in the lane, pushed the Cloud County lead to 14 points at the 6:07 mark of the third period. The Broncbusters ended the frame on a 15-6 run to narrow the lead to 45-40 entering the fourth quarter. Cloud County scored the first 9 points of the fourth quarter, including 7 points from Washington, to grab a 14-point advantage again at 54-40 with 7:39 remaining. A Washington layup with 4:13 to play gave the T-Birds their biggest lead of the game at 60-43. The Broncbusters put together a 12-2 run to trail by 7 points with just over a minute to go, but Cloud County converted 3 free throws in the closing moments to secure the victory. Washington recorded her 5th double-double performance of the season with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Makala also had a double-double with 13 points, 10 rebounds, and a team-high 6 assists. Muldrow was in double figures with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Sophomore forward Shea Wirtz, playing in her final home game in Arley Bryant Gymnasium, finished with 6 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Freshman guard Marilyn Sokin made her 19th start of the season and had 5 points and 4 rebounds. Freshman forward Sofia Todorovic added 3 points, while freshman guard Elena Monge had 2 points. Cloud County shot 42.6% from the field, 42.1% from behind the arc with 8 made threes, and 78.6% from the free throw line. The T-Birds held a 41-29 rebounding edge and scored 26 points in the paint. Cloud County also finished with 17 assists and 10 steals. The T-Birds, who now stand at 13-14 overall and 9-13 in Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference play, will visit number 2 Butler Community College on Saturday before traveling to Independence Community College for the regular season finale on Wednesday, March 4th. The Cloud County Community College baseball team swept its 3-game road series against previously ranked Weatherford College last weekend. The T-Birds won both games of the doubleheader on February 20th, 7-4 and 6-4 over the Coyotes, before closing out the series with a 16-13 9-inning win on February 21st in Weatherford, Texas. The 16 runs scored by Cloud County was its most this year. 4 T-Birds had multi-hit efforts in the win, and 4 players drove in 2 or more runs. The Cloud County baseball team then rode the momentum of an 8-run bottom of the second inning to earn an 11-6 victory over Kansas City, Kansas Community College at Lee Doyen Field in Concordia on Tuesday. The victory gives the T-Birds a split in the regular season series with the Blue Devils and improves Cloud County to 10-1 on the season. The T-Birds, now ranked number 7 in the nation, will continue its 7-game homestand tomorrow with a doubleheader against Marshalltown Community College. First pitch is scheduled for 1 p.m. at Lee Doyen Field in the Concordia Sports Complex, and the games will be streamed live on the T-Birds Sports Network at cloudtbirds.com. The Cloud County Community College softball team is out to a 3-1 start for the first time since 2022. The T-Birds split their season opener against Southeast Community College. Cloud County won the opener 9-8 before falling 11-10 in Game 2. Cloud County then secured a sweep in a doubleheader against Central Community College in Columbus, Nebraska on February 18th. The T-Birds defeated the Raiders 6-5 in Game 1 and 6-4 in Game 2. Cloud County will look to keep its current winning streak alive when they host Iowa Lakes Community College in a 4-game series beginning Friday. Friday's doubleheader starts at 1 p.m. The games will be streamed live on the T-Bird Sports Network at cloudtbirds.com. To keep on top of everything that's going on this spring with T-Bird Athletics, you want to visit cloudtbirds.com. You also want to make sure you're following Cloud County Athletics on all of our social media channels. Just make sure to like and follow Cloud County Athletics on Facebook and Instagram, and CC Sports on X. New editions of T-Bird Talk drop each Thursday, so make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcast platform. T-Bird Talk is a production of the Cloud County Community College Athletic Department.